Don't aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference. Denzel Washington. What if I told you that your biggest failure could be the start of your biggest success? Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But let's take a look at Denzel Washington's life and career, and you will see that failure is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. How? One such notable individual with the above qualities of giving strong performances, unmoving determination, and strong leadership, Denzel Washington faces failures at many points of life, but each time when he failed, his spirit had to be something better. Curious about how you can turn your own failures into a stepping stone toward greatness? Imagine overcoming rejection after rejection, failing on set, or being told you're not good enough, and still pushing forward with unwavering belief. Today, we're going to dive deeper into Denzel Washington's thoughts about failure, setbacks, and resilience. We're going to unscramble the mindset shift he made to turn his life around and how you can apply those lessons to your journey. Because, as Denzel puts it, you'll never be a failure until you quit. Understanding failure. Failure. That is a word that most people will try to avoid. However, Denzel Washington teaches us that failure is not something to run from. It is something to understand and embrace. You see, failure is not the end of the road. It is a stepping stone to success. Denzel, in his own words, says, "I've failed a lot, I've been rejected a lot, and I've been told no a lot." But did that stop him? Not for a second. When Denzel began acting, he got rejected. He was not always the first pick for his roles. He was not always in the spotlight. Actually, his career started with a lot of disappointments. Auditions where he was not picked for the role. Many would have stopped at hearing no for the 100th time. But Denzel did not. Instead, he learned from each failure and used it as an opportunity to grow. He learned how to hone his craft, improve his skills, and most importantly, he learned that failure doesn't define you. It refines you. The only way to learn is through experience, Denzel says. And his experience with failure has taught him more than any book or classroom ever could. It's about the understanding that failure is part of the process. It's not a sign that you're unworthy. It's a sign that you're on the right path. Think about it. Every success story you've ever heard involves failure. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't. The willingness to continue despite setbacks. The power of resilience. Resilience. This is one of the most powerful traits a person can have, and Denzel Washington is a great example of it every day. But what does it mean to be resilient? In very simple terms, resilience is that ability to bounce back from adversity. It's about enduring hardship, facing setbacks, and rising again stronger than before. But how do people develop this trait? Denzel's journey isn't about acting, it is about the fact that he never gives up to challenge. Well, the truth is that acting is also an industry of rejection. To make it in Hollywood, you have to take a hit, stand up, and go. It's a rough world, but Denzel never let failure get him down. He instead used failure as fuel to keep pushing. Take, for example, the role in the cult classic film Training Day. Prior to the Oscar, Denzel had endured several failed projects in his career. He was not often given lead roles, and at some point, Hollywood didn't really see him as a leading man. Yet he never lost hope, worked relentlessly on his craft, and when that time came, he acted in one of the greatest performances in modern movie history. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about turning your failures into learning experiences. For Denzel, each failed audition, each no he received, taught him something valuable about his craft, his passion, and his capacity to persevere. He believes in this simple truth: don't wait for the world to hand you success. Create your own path. But here's the thing, resilience isn't about ignoring the pain or pretending setbacks don't affect you. It's about acknowledging them, learning from them, and then using that knowledge to move forward. The only thing you can control is your effort, says Denzel. This is where true power lies. You can't control the opinions of others or the circumstances you're in, but you can control your response to those things. Turning setbacks into opportunities. Setbacks don't have to be the end of the road. They can be the catalyst for something far greater. What if your biggest setback is actually preparing you for your greatest success? Denzel Washington certainly believes so. He has faced many setbacks throughout his life, but each one has been an opportunity to grow stronger and more focused. In fact, Denzel often speaks about having learned how to see failure not as something negative, but as being an opportunity to change his mentality and direct his efforts. It is a very powerful way of thinking. Instead of seeing a failure as a dead end, Denzel sees it as a detour to something better. One of Denzel's most memorable setbacks early on in his career was when major film roles went to other people instead of him. At that time, Hollywood felt that he was not a carrying talent. Denzel did not mope and quit on the situation. He used this to fuel his drive. "You can't get what you want until you learn to stop chasing it," he says. Sometimes, setbacks are actually helping you focus on the right path. This was his role in Glory, a film that would change his career. He was rejected from other roles, but this rejection led him to this powerful film where he won Best Supporting Actor at the Academy Awards. That rejection, that initial setback, became the stepping stone to one of his most iconic performances. So setbacks become opportunities if we decide to learn from them. Denzel's career has made it on the ideas he puts in the head because he knows how to get over rejection by using rejection as an opportunity for growth. This makes him inspiring to millions. Setbacks can also create an opportunity for creativity. When Denzel didn't get the roles he wanted, he didn't sit around waiting for someone to notice him. He created his own opportunities. Whether it was producing films or taking on unconventional roles, Denzel learned to make his own path rather than waiting for someone to give him permission. Lessons from Denzel's career. Looking at Denzel Washington's career, we can find many valuable lessons on overcoming setbacks. He's faced career rejections, personal challenges, and public scrutiny. But every single one of those obstacles has only made him more successful. One of the most well-known struggles Denzel faced came in the early 1990s when he was struggling to break into the Hollywood scene. He had the talent, the charisma, and the drive, but Hollywood didn't see him as a star. They didn't think he was leading man material. But instead of giving up, Denzel kept working on his craft and pushing forward. "You can't give up. You can't quit," he says. This mentality was key to his eventual rise to stardom. Dennis, even after his breakthrough in acting, didn't rest on his laurels. Instead, he took diverse roles that kept pushing him to be better at each performance. His work and dedication earned him the Oscar win and critical acclaim all over the world. Hollywood didn't believe he was a star. However, Denzel persisted, proving Hollywood wrong through his visions. Throughout all these mishaps, Denzel Washington learned one great thing: never let someone define your potential. Mindset changes. How to change the view of failure. By discussing Denzel Washington's professional career and how he's changed bad into good by turning setbacks into an opportunity, let's now change over to how you can personally relate with those lessons in life. The changes of mindset of Denzel are fundamental for any individual with intentions of turning failure into success. First, shift your view of failure. Instead of seeing failure as something negative, start seeing it as an opportunity for growth. Denzel's approach is clear. Failure is feedback. It's not a sign that you're not good enough. It's simply an opportunity to learn and grow. Develop resilience. Resilience is built through small acts of perseverance. Whenever things go wrong, do not give in. Get back up and learn from that experience, then keep moving. The key to resilience is to always keep your eyes on the prize, says Denzel. Focus on the bigger picture and remember why you started doing it in the first place. Finally, take action. It's not enough to just talk about overcoming failure. You need to take actionable steps every day. Whether it's learning something new, reaching out to a mentor, or pursuing a new opportunity, don't wait for success to come to you. Go after it. Denzel Washington's take on failure is simple yet profound. Asterisk asterisk failure is not the end. It's the beginning of your greatest success asterisk asterisk. Through his journey, Denzel has shown us that failure doesn't define us, it refines us. Every setback he faced only propelled him forward, and every rejection became a lesson in resilience, growth, and unwavering belief. The next time you fall, just remember Denzel's advice. Don't be afraid to fail. Embrace failure because it will make you stronger. Life knocks you down. Learn from this and use it to fuel your drive. Success isn't trying to avoid failure. It's learning how to navigate through it with grit and determination. If Denzel Washington's career has taught us anything, it is that the road to success is paved with failures. That is, those who have persisted in the face of adversity are those who have ultimately reached greatness. He proves that whether or not one falls, success lies not in avoiding failure, but in how he or she responds to it. So, what's your response to failure? Are you going to be defined by it, or is that when you are catapulted to another level? Remember the key thing. You are never giving up and always keeping your eye on the bigger picture. Before we close, take a moment to reflect on your own failures. How have they shaped you? How can you use them to fuel your next move toward success? If you found this video of value, hit that like button and subscribe to more motivational content. Share your thoughts about getting over your setbacks in the comments below. Remember that failure isn't the end. It is just the beginning. So keep pushing forward and never forget that success is closer than you think.